Hello, friends. We've done about or is it five, 4 episodes on how to plan stepping into the new year. And if you listened at the previous episodes over the past 2 weeks, you would have definitely reached a stage where you have enough on learning for the future, what it is that you want. What are the mistakes? What are the missed opportunities that came by in 2000? Now I'm giving numbers in 2024. What are your habits or approaches to solutions that you want to change? What is your own personal feedback from how 2024 went? And of course, finally, what are your goals for 2025? While I am not going to specify the goals, I am going to put you with queries, with ideas, with suggestions on how you should go about your goal setting. Because I do believe that goal setting has to be very, very personal and that no one goal can fit all. So moving forward in 2025, what are the actions, one or many, that you would like to take so that 2025 is better than 2024? Or if not better, maybe you're setting up a new parameter, a new goal, but what is it that you would like to do in 2025? And how, while setting these goals, it's very important. How are your 2024 lessons that you learned, which we just spoke about, going to help you to improve in 2025? That's the best place to start, because at the end of the day, you have to become a better you. And of course, there may be multiple areas in which you need improvement. So you need to decide what are the areas, specific areas, that you would like to improve in. And as I said in the previous episodes, make a list of it, prioritize them ruthlessly, and pick the top 3 or 4 at the max that you would like to address. Because your growth in 2025 is not going to just come by setting those goals, but it is about understanding your journey so far, specifically in 2024, and then figuring out what it is that you need to improve in and what you would like to improve in 2025. So, as I was saying, you need to figure out what goals, but your goals are not going to help you. Now, by and large, we all talk of SMART goals, which is specific. They answer the who, what, why, where, etc., when, which are measurable. You should be able to track your progress and review regularly. They have to be realistic. They are achievable, and therefore they need to be realistic. They are relevant. They align with your strategy for improvement in 2025. And every goal has to be time specific. You need to say by when you're going to achieve whatever it is that you are determined to achieve. So these are the SMART goals, and these are the parameters for a SMART goal. But when I was researching a few days back on what are the other ways that people set their goals, I came across other uh, some other methods, frameworks for setting goals, which I found pretty interesting. So while SMART goals is the first one that I'm talking of, the second one I would like to mention is what people call the hard goals, where H is the heartfelt. It has to be something that you are very passionate about that comes from your heart. It has to be heartfelt. As always, you need to be accountable. So you need to share them to stay on track. They are relevant, they are required for your success. So there will be some common factors between SMART and all the other frameworks, and they should be difficult. It cannot be something that is so easy because you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to get into some amount of discomfort to achieve something big. Okay, so these are the hard goals. Heartfelt, accountable, required, or relevant, and difficult. So then there was another one that I came across. I love the acronym. It says Dumbo goals, where D is dream driven, pretty much like heartfelt. It is uplifting. It excites you because it's your passion. So it's a combination of heartfelt. It has to be method friendly in the sense that it is something that you can follow and do it easily without really feeling the urge to stop doing it. And it has to be behavior triggered. Basically, you need to make a system which then becomes a habit, and you need to build that habit so that it fuels your growth. So that's called a dumb goal. Though I don't really fancy the acronym, that's the one. And then there is the WHOOP goal. W is wish, what it is that you want in life. O is the outcome, which is basically what you want in life, but a target. There must be some definable stage where you say, okay, I've got this. What are the obstacles that you will face in achieving that goal, and how are you going to overcome them? So WOO and overcome, let's put it that way. And then you need to have a plan, which is basically how you're going to overcome the challenges, and you map them along with timelines and milestones so that you reach your goal. My preferred choice is SMART, and that is what I have generally used till now. But this year I do intend to try out this hard and dumb, especially the dumb, set one dumb goal for myself and see how that works for me. Okay. But whatever framework you use, whether it is SMART, hard, dumb, or WHOOP, the idea is that the goal should be very clear and focused, and you should have a plan on how you're going to get there. So this is about goal setting. Now, before you set goals, there are certain goals I want you to set, which I call the mother of all revolution, or all resolutions. Okay. This is not just for 2024 or 25 or 26 or 30. This is forever. Okay. These are the resolutions that you need to make before making any resolution, because then the resolutions that you make complicated. Okay. Because then the resolutions that you make for 2025 will be the best ones that you can do. So the first resolve for this, I'm not saying it's for 25. The first resolve is stop borrowing resolutions. I have seen so many people do it and it makes no damn sense at all. Oh, he's going to the gym, so I'm going to go to the gym. Forget it. Don't borrow resolutions. Do what you think is going to help you. It should be in sync with your strategy, your wishes, your aim in life. And whatever resolution you take, second resolution, is to personalize the resolution. So you've got two resolutions already. Okay, stop borrowing and personalize it. The minute you stop borrowing, it will be personal. Resolve to create an implementation plan. Otherwise, a resolution or a goal is of no use. And advice, piece of advice. Have a support plan for failures during implementing that plan for the goal. Okay. And fourth resolution you should take to learn from every failure that you face. So although you're making a plan to what to do in case you fail, you have to make a resolution to study the failure so that you don't repeat it in the future. Okay. Somehow or the other, you have to resolve and make sure that you maintain your motivation all the year round, all your life. Because there will be goals you set which you need to make a habit out of for all your life. Set realistic goals. You don't want to set goals that you know you will never be able to achieve, because that means you are setting yourself up for failure. So set realistic goals. Be prepared to get out of the comfort zone. This is your resolution number 7 now. Be prepared to get out of your comfort zone and pay the price, whichever discomfort it is. It may be money, it may be time, whatever it is. Be prepared to pay the price. That's another resolution. Resolve to track your progress. Resolution number 8 that you should be making. Because if you're not tracking your progress, you don't know whether you're moving along the map that you have planned or not, and it makes no sense whatsoever. The 9th resolution, and I believe this is very important for everybody to learn, resolve to learn how to say no. We don't know how to say no. We don't say no, and therefore we get caught up and waste a lot of our resources doing things which are not important to us. So resolve how to learn to say no. And a corollary to that is that learn to let go of the non-priorities. What is not important to you, what is not in your priority list, let go of it. Don't waste your resources. The last one, and a very important one, is resolve to design some spark into whatever it is that you are resolving to do. And celebrate small wins along the roadmap as you achieve the milestones you have set. These 10 resolutions are the ones forever, and you need to be doing that. While sitting and trying to achieve your goals, there are certain things you need to keep in mind. And I have listed out some of the things that have come to my mind to achieve your goals 2025 and always. One is you will be required to tweak your plan that you have identified at the start when you defined the goal. This pivoting is not failure, but it is a strategy that you develop, that by pivoting it, you will still go towards the goal, but that obstacle that you faced, you are either taking a detour or you're jumping over it or whatever it is. And don't stick too long on the goal. This is something you need to remember. Don't stick too long on the goal, especially when you see that the progress is disappointing. Okay, because then at the end of the day, you will sink your goals. And embrace these pivots, embrace this process of tweaking as course corrections, not as failures. It's not something you quit. Okay. The second point you need to remember is that perfection is a myth and it destroys your productivity. Start when you have got that minimum viable product. Don't go for the maximum valuable product, go for the minimum viable product. Okay, and perfection is a must. And if you keep hesitating to launch or to get off in achieving your goal, what you're going to do is your hesitation is going to kill your dreams. Okay, it is going to make things messy. So just keep moving on. Do it and go ahead and keep doing it. Begin now with the MVP, minimum viable product. Keep refining it as you face challenges or as you get feedback. But always be biased towards action. It is the action, that act of refining, which will help you to propagate towards the perfection that you have in your mind. The third thing that can happen is failure. But failures are not something that should put you down. Instead, you should take them as masterclasses, as prime lessons, because those setbacks, those failures are actually learning opportunities for you. Wins validate And that is why you set milestones in the map and celebrate small wins. Wins validate, but failures teach you. And there is a learning in both. What did you do right as well as what did you do wrong? So wins validate, but failures teach. And then, as we just said, deconstruct your failures, learn from them, analyze them so that you are getting better and you're learning from whatever setback you get. Don't give up too early. Your breakthrough may be in just that thing that you're avoiding to do. So avoidance in reality limits growth. Okay, so the best thing to do is not avoid. Try it. If it doesn't work, okay, tweak it. But avoidance is something that is going to limit your growth. So don't avoid anything. And as I said, there will be discomfort in not avoiding that. Embrace it. That is a part of you. And face your fears all times, every time, till you get the breakthrough that you are looking for. The fifth point, you need to always remember that being busy is not progress. Okay, being busy is just showing progress. It's noise, it's not music. Okay, so being busy is not progress. Busyness, in fact, distracts you from your core focus, and you're trying to get away from your goal. And therefore, you don't do meaningful work, which you should have actually been doing to get to your goal. You need to work smarter, not just harder. I'm not saying don't work hard, but whatever effort you put in, be smart about the effort you and prioritize the task as well as the impact that it should be creating on your this thing. Take tasks that will create a positive impact. By setting a goal, you are not going to achieve it till you set a deadline to it. There is no point achieving a goal so late that it becomes worthless by the time you really get to that level. Okay, so set a deadline. If you set goals without deadlines, it's more like setting a wish. Oh, I would like to do this, but no, that's not a goal. A goal has to be specific, smart. Vague goals will invariably fail, whereas deadlines will help you to achieve the results within the time frame that you yourself have defined as a reasonable one. And therefore, you need to plan your roadmap with precision and commit to the timelines that you set within the roadmap. Don't compare yourself with others. Comparison is worthless. It's like a thief who steals your focus, because then you're comparing with somebody else who may be way below what you are actually, or who has a goal which is not relevant to your strategy and to your future. So comparison is worthless. Focus on your race. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on what that other guy is doing. Comparison in reality will derail your focus. Okay, so you made a path, you made a roadmap, stick to the roadmap, tweak it when you think it is necessary, not because you see somebody else doing something. That may not work for you. Okay, compete only with yourself. You have to be better than the version that you were yesterday. So this is what you really need. If you set a goal, you need to be consistent in following the roadmap that you have set for yourself. Consistency outshines talent and luck. So be consistent, be persistent in whatever it is that you're doing. Show up daily. And as I always keep saying, celebrate the small wins. When necessary, start over. When you start over, it does not mean that you're losing. It means that you have realized what it really takes to reach that goal, and therefore you are rebooting yourself to move towards that goal. So this is pivoting, the first thing that we talk of. So you learn from your failures, pivot towards the new, this thing, and go out again stronger and more knowledgeable than before. Okay. And finally, one idea which I love, I read about this somewhere and I think it's fantastic. This will keep you wanting more, and this is something that is going to make you want to do something the entire year round. Resolve that every month you will either visit a place or you will go to an event or something that is of interest to you, which you would love to do in life. And pick something that every month, which is something that is specific and happens only during that period. As an example, my son took us all to Japan last April as his birthday celebration. His birthday was in November. Why April? Because April is the time, a little late towards the season, but that is the time when you can see the cherry blossoms in Japan. So for each month, find an event, find some place you would like to go to. It doesn't have to be five-star luxury, but it has to be something that is of interest to you and which is going to make you very, very happy. So you know now how to set your goals. You know how to go about getting them. Please go ahead. I have received a few, well, not a few, I've received a substantial amount of questions asking for help. I have replied to a lot of them, but as I said, this mentoring takes time and energy and a lot of thought process. 1 hour session with you on mentoring takes up at least 4 hours of my time, 3 hours to prepare. Okay, so I've spoken to them. Let's see what happens. Basically, what I'm saying is that I have told them that I would like to charge something for the same. Thank you. Have a great day. See you day after tomorrow in the new year.